Okay, so that feeling of relief when you finally complete the online sale. You feel me? It's sort of like closing the deal at the end of the night when you're at the bar. It's just like a really good feeling. And so, thank you for watching the channel. I really appreciate it. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. And so, in accordance with the whole nothing thing, I want to talk about that feeling. You feel me? Yes, that type of way. So, like, if you've ever sold anything online, right, via marketplace or OfferUp or a place where you have to meet with the person IRL, then you know that things can either go really well or really bad. And really well in a number of different ways, and really bad in a number of different ways. Let's talk about the bad things first. Okay? Get that out of the way. So, like, you assume, right? And if I haven't already, thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I do a lot, and it's been getting better, the channel and stuff, and I appreciate that and all the engagement and stuff. I had to get that out of the way. But going back, let's talk about the bad stuff as it pertains to closing that online sale. So, like, you got the person coming over or whatever, right? But then they might not show up, or, 30 minutes could be 2 hours to them. And in the meantime, other people are hitting you up about, like, for example, I just sold a pair of shoes, right? And so if you watched the channel earlier this week, you know that I came up on some pairs of shoes and various clothes and stuff. And I am an online reseller. I mean, I have to try to make a little bit of money, for stuff. I guess it isn't even that much. I mean, I made $30 on a pair of Jordans. You feel me? And it was on a pair that it didn't fit me. They're a size 8. I'm 8.5. I wanted them to fit me so bad. I convinced myself almost that they fit me, but they didn't. Just a little bit too small. And so when that person is coming, it's like, again, it can go either way, because you have people calling you or messaging you about the item, and these people are often, the person that you're waiting for. The next person that DMs you is like the one that's, I'm 5 minutes away, I'll pick up now, can we meet? You know what I mean? And you're waiting for an hour for this other rando to show up. So it's a really good feeling, opposite that, when the person shows up, when it's not like awkward in any kind of a way, and directions are easy to follow for both the person coming to buy your item as well as you stepping outside your place to sell that item. So I think it's really important that we're mindful of all of these things and our experiences. And again, it's just a really nice feeling to have an online sale IRL go well. You know what I mean? I mean, most of the time too, it's for larger items. Lots of older people sell furniture, larger items, and this requires a bit of communication. People got to come to your crib and oftentimes go into your house, and it's more than just kind of a few minute exchange. So you want to be able to be the nicest person that you can be so that it can go as smoothly as possible, right? And so again, I think another bad way that an online sale can go, obviously, is if it's like real shady. You feel me? And like you're trying to sell something high end, and there's many stories all over the country of people physically getting harmed or, burglarized. And again, you hate to hear these stories, because, like, especially if you sell things online consistently, right? So it's really important to be safe. Never communicate outside of the DM, unless, like, you really want to have that person have your number. And even at that, never delete any messages, always save everything, just because you never know, you know what I mean? And all that stuff is geotagged and encrypted, so that it's just, things can go weird, right? And so it's also important that you, as you're going through the messages to make that online sale, the communication is clear, and that you can't hear each other's voice, which is oftentimes why I like to voice confirm, especially on large amounts, right? So you can, like, have a record of calling these people actually and speaking to them. and everything. And so, yeah, things can go either good or bad. And I really like the feeling of when an online sale goes good. You know what I mean? It's, because it should be real simple. You should post your item online and somebody should message you. They'll come by or you'll meet them and exchange money, get item, move on with your day. Um, Most of the time, again, it is like that, but just to sort of mitigate any kind of harmful effect of the online transaction, we can be mindful of how we present ourselves, right? Especially online when we're selling our items. And so it was pretty cool. Like I said, I made 30 bucks on these shoes were worth a lot more than $30, admittedly. And, again, I'm more interested in the guy that came and bought these shoes is going to wear them. You know what I mean? And he got a crazy good deal. In the apartment, we have $30 we didn't have before, that I literally just found. So, not being greedy, that's kind of what I do with online selling is pass on those savings. If I find something, it like cost me $0, so at that point I was telling my roommate it starts to cost money to keep it, so it's important to just, if you're gonna sell it, and hook someone up in the process. And either they're gonna wear them or they're gonna resell them for a higher price, but often they'll may have to sit on them for a little while longer, to make that extra. And sometimes it's honestly not worth it. But, in my opinion, which is why I guess it's real easy to have that opinion when you find items and then you sell them. But again, I guess I've met people that find items and try to, sell them for their maximum retail, which, we probably could have gotten more money for those shoes if we waited longer, but we didn't have them. Our apartment's not that big. Our space is important. So I'm really happy that that online sale went real well. And then he was a Spanish speaking gentleman. And so hopefully I was able to speak Spanish well enough because I'm also trying to get people to subscribe. Like when we do any type of IRL exchange, and that was one of them. So hopefully he'll subscribe. We'll see how good my Spanish was. I try to go Puerto Rican grandma on him in terms of like really good Spanish, but we'll see. So I mean, I don't, I'm like hoping that it was conveyed. I think it was, and I think he's a cool guy regardless, even if he doesn't subscribe. I just think it's cool that we had a good conversation. He came by, got the shoes, and I hope everyone has a good day, okay?